If chicken legs, chicken drumsticks are your thing, today is your lucky day. I mean, take a look at these guys. Look at the skin on that guy. I mean, that is absolutely beautiful. Got some there dipped in some sauce. We used a little bit of hickory. We did them on the Kamado Kamado, but I did them directly over lump to get some of that fat dripping down and adding some delicious flavor to them. Let's get into it. So let's prep our chicken. We've got here some chicken drumsticks. These are organic air chilled. Got a couple packages here. What we're gonna do is we're gonna season these guys up, and I'm gonna put these guys on this rack. Now I've used this on my Yoder a bunch of times. These chicken drumsticks turn out phenomenal. What I have not done is done them over direct coals so we can take advantage of some of that chicken juices and fat dripping into the coals and adding a whole bunch of flavor to it. So we're gonna go direct. I did put a chunk of Bear Mountain hickory underneath just to add a little bit of smoke flavor, but smoke is not really gonna be the star of the show. We're gonna make the chicken the star of the show. Throw on a glove real quick. And today we're gonna use some Yardbird, give you a shout out there. This is just a great all-around Kansas style barbecue rub. It's really good on chicken, so we're gonna use that today. You can get it at bbq.com. I have an 11% discount code down below. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna get out our chicken here, and I think, wow, I'm gonna save myself a little bit of time. We're gonna give this a quick spray first. Use your favorite non-stick cooking oil, but we're just gonna give this a quick spray. It'll just make things a little easier to deal with. Oh. And these racks you can get on Amazon. I don't have a link for one. I think I have one on my Amazon store down below in the description, but any of them will work. And look, you can spend some time here. Here's our chicken. I'll fix our camera here, but like, you could spend some time and you could cut off the skin here and take out the tendon and push everything down and make lollipop chicken drumsticks. I don't have the patience for that. I just throw them on just like so, and they taste the same and they look just as good to me. So let me adjust this camera for you, and so all we're gonna do here is one at a time, we'll get them nicely seasoned up. This is a beautiful red color, which is nice. It'll add to our final presentation piece here. Put a little on top. Put a nice even coating all the way around. Don't forget the top. And just like that, we've got our chicken done. You can see that I was a little late on this one side. We're just kind of using the excess down here and picking some of it up. Now, before I started this process, I did go out and fire up our Kamado Kamado. We're using the Big Bad 32 today, and I'm using some Kamado Kamado cocoa char. This is an odd shaped looking lump. It's made from coconut shell, and it has zero flavor to it. So it's a neutral fire source. And it does take a Grow Blazer Grow Gun to get it going. It takes a lot of heat to get it going, but once it's going, it burns super hot. It is amazing for a long, slow cook. Not necessarily what you want to use for this all the time, because it takes a little bit of time to get going. But you know, for this, I like the fact that there are little cylinders here. I stacked myself up just a little grouping there. And my thought process is these guys are gonna go right over top of that. So that's why I kind of use that today, but you can use whatever lump you want. What we're gonna do now is we're gonna give these guys a few minutes to sweat in. The Kamado Kamado's sitting around 250 right now. I'm gonna bring it up closer to 275, and then we're gonna throw these guys on top. All right, so it's been about 15 minutes. Look how good these guys look. I mean, if they weren't raw, they'd be good enough to eat. They look beautiful right now. We got our Kamado Kamado up to 275. About 7 minutes ago, I put a big old chunk of Bear Mountain hickory on top of our lump. Gonna let that clean up a little bit. It's gonna help give us a little bit of smoke flavor, but again, the star of the show is really the chicken, and I think that fat and chicken juice is just rendering out and dripping on top of that lump is gonna add a tremendous amount of flavor. Let's go put these guys on the Kamado Kamado. So what we're gonna do here is we're going to put them, I built a little line of lump. We're putting this directly over top, so every single drumstick is over top of lump, and I used a very small amount, so the whole top is going. So we're gonna get some nice even cooking and take advantage of some of that fat rendering. All right, so take a look at these guys. They're looking phenomenal. Really happy with how they turned out. I will pull one off here. Gonna be nice and bite through. I left a couple without sauce on them and wanted to show you the skin, but in general I like sauce on them, so I did sauce up the rest of them. Let me bring you up to speed here. So I decided to run the first hour at 250, and I'm talking dome temperature today. Lots of time I talk grate level temp, but today I'm talking dome because we're directly over the lump. So I had to take the dogs for a WALK. If they're listening, they don't know how to spell, but they're right there. If I say the word, they're gonna know. So I did that. So I didn't want it to overcook while we were out doing our thing. And then I came back and I bumped it to 275 dome temp and just let this render out. Now I took these up to 195. I really wanted to let the skin just break down and do its thing. And then what I did is I took a measuring cup and I put in barbecue sauce I like on chicken, doesn't really matter what it is, use your favorite. And then I started adding apple cider vinegar to it. Added a little bit, stirred in, make sure you give it a good stir, added some more, stirred it in, and I ended up adding it 3 times because what I needed to do is I wanted to really thin out that sauce so it wasn't too thick on our chicken. And then once I had it pretty close to where I wanted it, I threw that out on the Kamado Kamado and let it come up to temperature a little bit. After about 10 minutes, gave it a stir, and then I came out and I started dunking these guys in there. Originally, I was kind of doing every other one, and I kind of left it at that, and then I came inside and it's like, you know what? I'm a saucy guy. I want some more sauce on them, so I decided to sauce up majority of them, and I just left a handful here, 3 of them in fact, so that you can kind of see the beatiness of that skin. I'm curious to actually take a bite out of it. It looks really, really good, but I do like sauce. So what we gotta do now is we gotta let these guys chill out for about 10 minutes and then we'll give them a try and see how we did. So it's been about 15 minutes. Give you a quick look again. I mean, the skin looks absolutely delicious. And a couple of these, the sauce dripped a little bit, but tell me that doesn't look like a delicious bite. So I'm a saucy guy, so I'm gonna have the sauce here first. Oh, you know what? Let me try this one first because I'm gonna have sauce all over my face. Man, that looks like the skin just looks beautiful there. More of the smoke came through than I expected, to be honest. But you can definitely taste that over the lump, dripping, all the fat rendering out. I'm a little disappointed I sauced so many of them because this is really good without the sauce. And I don't normally eat something like this without sauce, but wow. Okay, I'll try one with sauce, but the flavor combinations in there and the smoke that came through is quite nice. That's good as well, but I'll tell you what happened. The sauce covers up the little nuances of flavor from dripping over the lump. That I actually like that one better, and that's pretty shocking for me to say because I would always go to sauce for sure on something like this, but I got 2 more that don't have sauce on them. Those are gonna be mine. I'll share the rest of them, but look, if you like some chicken and you want something a little bit different, a little bit unique, get yourself one of these racks. Get yourself a couple of them. These are great for entertaining because you can do them a couple different ways and you get a whole bunch of them and people absolutely love them. If chicken is your thing, I got you covered. Check out this guy right here. Thanks as always for watching. I'll see you soon.